Hopefully that made sense. Let me do a close-up so you can see the gapped rails. Okay, say I got a gap right here, gap right there. Okay, I think we're good to go. Let's see if I can hold this up a little bit and get a better idea. There, that's probably a little bit better. Straight on for you. So, okay, well, I've got the frog gapped. Now it's time to go ahead and start electrically isolating all the rails. Because right now, as it is, it'll short out in its current state. So there's two options for doing this. You can take a razor blade and cut through the foil, but I tend to be, oh boy, let me go ahead and zoom this back out. I tend to be a little paranoid. I want to make sure I have a good gap in the foil to make sure I don't end up with shorts at a later point. So what I usually do is take this triangle file here, okay, take this triangle file and just give you a close-up, another close-up. Okay, here we go. We got it, we got it. Alright, that's good. Take it and just file a little groove in there. So I want to make darn sure I'm not going to end up with shorts at some point. I don't want to file all the way through the PC board, but just enough. Make sure there is a gap in the foil. Like that. And you can see, you can probably see the little gaps in there. Or maybe you can't. Ah, maybe you can. Let me see if I can tip this up. So, yeah, you can probably see the gaps there. Okay? So that's how, yeah, let me go. I'm looking at this monitor and I'm doing everything backwards. You see the gap there, okay? Alright, we're going to go ahead and do it here. Okay. Okay, go ahead and just cut your gaps. Just want to isolate one side from the other. Now we have to go ahead and where you have PC ties running all the way through, you got a gap down the middle too. Okay, just like that. Now things start to get a little tricky. To get closer to the frog here, let me pull this up because you don't have quite as much room to put this triangle file. So what you do is you go and you resort to the razor blade. I try to do a combination of kind of saw through there to make sure, and then kind of saw and maybe lift away the foil. Cut through and just lift it away because you want to make sure there is no contact here. And it's kind of a little tricky to see sometimes, and when we come and actually test this thing for see if it's going to short out on us, you'll figure out if it looks like you got everything gapped properly here and it's still shorting out, your most likely culprit is you haven't cut things through clearly right there. So that probably is what's getting into trouble. Here is probably the trickiest when you got these two rails. That's going to take a little work here. Try to make sure those are clean. And you know, the nice thing about this is if this method, if you really severely damage one of your PC ties, you just take your nippers, clip it, solder it, unsolder the joints, especially, you know, if you have another piece backing it up. I mean, if you're, let's say if I had messed this thing up and I wanted to take this out, it may be a good idea, depending on its location, to, before you take this first one out here, solder one in right behind it so you keep the rails engaged. But there's always a way to back yourself out of this. So, okay, we got that. Let's go ahead do some more here. And here, this is just taking your whole file and just running it along here. Make sure everything's gapped right. Got that. Okay, we can blow the dust away. I've got good gaps there. I'll go on to the other side. Go ahead and take care of business here.